took what you treasure, and I'm never gonna give it up. I left these empty streets and hide within the shadows. You think I'm low, but you don't know how low I'll go. I've been hunting for it, I've been planning for it. I'm the villain.
Just refueled in some towns starting with the letter Q. Karang Dang or something. 67 kilometres to York, 165 to Perth. I'm headed for Perth. I pressed record about an hour ago and I was talking to myself for the whole time. It was on time lapse. So I'm going to start again. What I wanted to talk about was how YouTube for me has been a fantastic place for me to get to know people all over the world. Social media can be used as a platform for all of us to connect with people who we may or may not have normally been in contact with. The world is definitely a lot smaller than what it used to be. If you choose to be connected, you can be connected. But where I've been for the last couple of days, it's a very quiet place. There's very little technology around, and it takes me back to when I lived out bush for 2 years. No running water except the water that came out of the river. No electricity. And I hunted for my food, mainly fish, freshwater fish, barramundi and catfish. And every month or so I would go into town and I would get my supplies. And I'd come back to my camp with my dog and go throughout my life, my existence. I had an unpaid job at a station nearby and I used to work there, but I really could just stick with myself and just, you know, be in my own mind and not have to worry about the world around me. Social media brings the world so much closer, and it doesn't matter whether you're sitting out bush. In some cases you can still have that connection with your friends and your family who are across the waters or across the land. I'm one of those fortunate people that has come across some really good people on YouTube since I've started creating. And one of those people is Outback. You may or may not have watched his live program yesterday where I was there in his studio in person and I was part of his production. And those people who know me and know Outback, it's well known that I'm his biggest supporter in the YouTube world financially. And as a result, it's called me Thankyou, and yesterday he knighted me as Thankyou.
Specially handmade by the Outback studio and wifey. Thankyou, we have the Thankyou crown. So Thankyou, I crown thee with, I'll let you have a bit more of a look at it so you can see it all there.
It says Thankyou on it.
Thankyou, and that's it there. All right, so the crown goes on you go. There it is, folks, the Thankyou, yeah. It should be, yeah, because I knew you had a size giant head, So there it is, folks. Thankyou, we dub the best bloody bloke in the world. Thankyou, you are number one. Thankyou, you're the king.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
A lot of theatrical fanfare and fun and laughter. But it does mean something to me because Spike and I have come together as two creators, two motovloggers, and two people that have had in some ways similar paths. We've been in theatre, we've done DJ gigs, we've worked hard for our careers. But we also have similar but not the same philosophies on life. And the beauty of that is that we can have conversations, just open and frank conversations. And what I love about Spike is that he's a very gentle man, he's a rocker, but he's still a very gentle man and he's a very calming individual. Don't get me wrong, he's been a wild boy in his past. But where he is right now is where I am right now. And it begs the question, would Spike and I have hit it off 20 years ago or 30 years ago? Would we have been mates then and not mates now? And sometimes you can ask that question of the people that are around you. And I've said in a previous video that I don't trust a lot of people, and I find it very hard to trust people. But I can say honestly that I trust Spike. And it's not just because he's knighted me as Thankyou or that I'm his biggest supporter financially. There are other big supporters of his channel, like Sir Matman, Gear Changer, Stewie Wood from the Giants, the Biker's Wife, Dozer, all sorts of people. And I'm not going to name them all, as you know, but we're all there for one purpose. We want to be there to support Spike, and we like what he does, we like his show. He's not able to use mainstream music because he's monetized, and YouTube will shut his channel down if he uses copyrighted material. So he uses copyright free material, generally Epidemic Sounds, which is what I use for my videos. But it's through Spike that I live my dream. I used to be in the radio many years ago, and I've been in radio. I founded a radio station, co-founded I should say. I've had my own radio programs and I absolutely loved it. But he's doing something that I've always wanted to do myself, but I've just never had the financial capacity or the wherewithal, you know, the patience to get on with it and get it done. So that's why I love going to Spike's channel. That's why I support Spike, because he already has a formula and I don't need to try and up that formula or try and better him in that formula. But as a friend, I can support him, I can give him ideas, I can help him build his dream, and I do that unconditionally. And that's what friends do. Friends stick by you thick and thin. They don't do something for you because you're going to do something back. Friends are people who can tell you on one hand they love you and on the other hand they dislike you. But they tell you why. Friends are people who support you through thick and thin. Friends are people who will be there when the chips are down. But it's just like family. Friends and family can often not like each other, not let bygones be bygones. Friends and family can sometimes fall out completely and never be with each other again. And that's like marriages sometimes. Tell you what, one of the big differences being on a trike is you never have to put your feet down. And so far I haven't done it. I haven't put my foot down. Tell you what, if I did, my foot would get taken up by the back wheel. Some nice roadworks.
There's a fire inside and I just can't hide it. There's a fire inside and I just can't fight it. Ooh. You know I'm coming for you. There's a feeling inside, let it take it over. Past is in the past, wipe it off my shoulder. Ooh. You know I'm coming for you.
I'm in fifth gear now.
I was born in the river and the river was wild. Washed by the water, I've been baptized.
Get up on top of this crest and then I'll get it.
Out of the ashes I rise like a phoenix. If you try to hold me back.
So where was I? Friends. So Spike is somebody that I trust and somebody that I would consider a friend, and we talked about that this weekend. We were friends on YouTube, but our friendship has been solidified by us meeting each other. So we met each other in Perth a few months ago, and then I've gone and spent a couple of days with him and broken bread with him. And he is a friend, he's a brother, and we're brothers together. There are friends on this platform that I have made over the years. And if you're thinking to yourself, am I one of those friends? Then you are obviously not one of those friends, because the friends that I have made on this platform, they know that I am a friend. I have friends that I've never spoken to other than in the comments section. There are friends that I have that I speak to on a daily basis. But real true friends are those that stick with you to the end. Now you might ask the question, what's the end? The end is the end of the season, or the end of the reason for that friendship. Because there's not very many friendships out there that last a lifetime. But I would hope that the friendships that I have made on this platform, they're not just for a reason, and they're not just for a season, but they're lifetime friendships. Now you may have heard it said before that if you have more than 5 or more than 10 friends, then your circle is too large. You need to be able to count your friends, the ones that you can trust, and the ones that you can rely on, and the ones that you can do the same for, probably on 2 hands. The rest are acquaintances, or people you might know. But I can honestly say that the friends that I had when I was a child, I have no clue where they are today. Friends that I had at school, I have no idea where they are today. Family, I know where some of my family are. Do I speak to them on a regular basis, like my cousins and my uncles, my aunties? No, I don't. But they are family, and I know that they would have my back if I needed them. There are other family members that I don't even know what their names are. I value the friendships that I have made on YouTube. And I thank you all for being part of my journey. And the friends that I have made are people who are also friends with my family. And that's important too. So YouTube and social media can be used for good. It is possible. York is 43 kilometres away and Perth is 140. I left Spike's earlier and we were doing some filming on the way because he just took me to one of the exit roads, and I happened to look down and the low light fuel light came on and it was telling me I only had 31 kilometres left in the tank. So I slowed right down. By the time I got back to that fuel stop back there, Ring or whatever it is, I was doing like 60-70 kilometres an hour, and I had 443 kilometres left to go doing 60 kilometres an hour. How cool is that? If you want to ride at 60 kilometres an hour. But tell you what, this bike is really awesome to ride. But I'm a fat bloke with a heavy bag, 2 bags that are heavy, and the suspension is pretty soft, and that's without me on it. But with me on it, oh my gut, my balls, my backside, my arms, my legs. Stop your whinging, Outback.
Hiding from my future, never knew what I was meant for. Scared to take a step, cause if I left then it would mean more. If I go to battle, will I make it back? And if I never do, will I wish I had? Cause now there's something calling me to jump into the deep end. Feels like my whole life until the second I've been dreaming. If I ask, would you come and fight with me? It's not just a moment, it's a destiny. We could be the warriors, warriors.
The king, the Thankyou! The Thankyou is here! How you doing? You made it 3,000 miles, Your Majesty.
How are you?
Excellent, I like your best, brother.
See the back?
Yeah!